The good news. I got some good news for you guys. Your next comedian, your featured comedian tonight, she lives in Charleston right now, and next week she will be at the North Carolina Comedy Fest, and the week after that she'll be at the World Series of Comedy in Las Vegas. Y'all are gonna love her. Y'all put your hands together for Erin Lok!
That song makes me think of Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion.
Yes!
Woo! Fucking rocks. So as he said, my name is Erin Lok. It is spelled L-O-K. So a lot of people think that it's pronounced Loke, like joke, but actually it's pronounced Lok, like... Ah, good job! Participation trophy for the guy in the front row. Very, very good. I don't look like someone who would open up their set with a joke like that, because I look like someone you would trust leaving your children with. You know, I don't look like I perform comedy, I look like I have a complicated Starbucks order. That's kind of where I'm at right now, yeah. I'm pumped, guys. As of last month, I now have lived in the South for 1 full year. I got down. I'm actually in Charleston, South Carolina, and I was really excited when I got down there. I was like, gotta make this official. So I ran to the DMV, got my license, and I was like, yeah! Until about 2 weeks later, I realized that my license, they put on my ID that I am a man. I didn't think a sex change would be so easy in the South. Very progressive down here, guys. Super, super progressive. Yeah, it was at the end of the 2 weeks, everything sort of started to make sense, you know? I just get all dressed up, go to the club, bouncer checks me out, and I'm like, yes, I still got it. Until I realize he's not checking me out, he's just trying to locate my ding dong. Ma'am, eyes up here. And I don't know about you, but I got the lockdown love handles. I gained 20 pounds, you know? Pretty good. No applause, that's cool, keep rolling through. And I was one of the lucky people that got to put that new weight on an official government document. It was a little bit of a wake-up call, so I was like, I want to treat my body better, you know, so I joined Weight Watchers. And it's been really interesting, you know, I'm actually I saw changes in my body, and I also saw changes in my habits. You know, so I'm going out to lunch yesterday, and I only had 2 beers, a fried chicken sandwich, a side of scalloped potatoes, and a vanilla soft serve ice cream cone. And I know what you're thinking. Did I get sprinkles? Yeah, you did right, I got sprinkles. What kind of monster wouldn't get sprinkles if it was available? But I'm not going to tell you which kind, because we're already divided enough as a country. Let's move on to a less controversial subject. How about those new abortion laws? Woo! Yeah! That woo is terrifying. Get the fuck out. You know what I think's really exciting about these new laws? I think Plan B, the morning after pill, they were really excited about this. Because that shit is flying off the shelves. People are taking it after every sexual interaction to make sure that they are extra not pregnant. Yep, I'll get you. It's fine. We'll keep going. It's totally fine. And actually, I want to be on the Plan B marketing roundtable, just a fly on the wall, and sort of listen in. They're just we can do anything we want. Just give us anything. And they're like, you know what? We can put these in vending machines in high schools now. Can you just see it? See the girl standing here? Do I want Doritos, Kit Kats, or to safely fuck Brad after school? I don't know. I know those Pandora bracelets. Do you know what they are? The Pandora bracelets, yeah? Yeah, with the charms, yeah. Get a locket to put your pill for the girl on the go. They're like, ooh, what if I made them taste better? Right? Change their logo, just be like, Plan B, the official after dick mint. Yeah. Plan B is expensive, guys. It's $50 a pop. Literally. And there she goes. And then a couple of years ago, Texas was really pushing this legislation, and I started thinking to myself, oh my God, Texas is going to need to rebrand, because right now they're the Lone Star State, but they're going to have to change to, our girls only only do butt stuff before marriage state. What were we talking about? Gaining weight. Let's move on from that. Anyway, so I am married, and my husband and I, we are a really cute couple. So the other day I took a colorful marker and I drew a flower on his hand. And he wanted to draw something on me, but he wasn't quite sure what. And I was like, dude, don't worry about it, just draw what's in your heart. And it turns out what's in my husband's heart is a big, veiny, purple dick with tiny balls. And he got like really into it, you know, it was taking a long time, it was super detailed. And I was just like looking over, I'm like, what are you drawing over there, the statue of David? And it turns out it was just his self-portrait. My friend comes up to me after one of my shows and she was like, oh my God, Erin, are you trying to tell me that your husband has tiny balls? I was like, no, actually, but are you trying to tell me that you'd be more concerned about that than the fact that he may have a purple dick? What kind of guys are left out there, ladies? What the hell is going on? And he's a great guy. He likes to plan things, which I appreciate. So he planned a weekend getaway for us to go to a haunted hotel. And if anyone else here has done that, you're probably also white. Yeah. We go to the lady at the front desk and she was like, yeah, there's this ghost of a little girl. And in the middle of the night, she goes through your luggage and plays with all your pink stuff. And I was like, well, as ghosts go, that's not so bad, you know? And I didn't bring any pink clothes with me, so I think we're fine. And then all of a sudden at 3 a.m., I just wake up and I hear... And I was like, oh no! She found my neck massager. Put that down, Sally, that's not a toy. That's a lifeline. Yes. Yeah. My husband works a lot, hence the vibrator. So he does work a lot, and I wanted something to keep me company, you know, like during the days. So I was looking at adoptable pet cats, and he sees this over my shoulder, and he's like, babe, no, we can't get one. I'm allergic. I'd have to continually take medicine. It'd be too much. We just can't do it. And I was like, that would be a very great argument. Except that for you, I've taken birth control every day for the last 10 years. But who am I to ask him to take a Claritin? Right? So not fair. Like, I mess with my hormones and he can't take an antihistamine. I can't get a cat, but he gets to raw dog? Are you fucking kidding me? It's outrageous. You know how quickly I would have a cat if I started making him wear a condom again? Pretty quick. Yeah, I would have a new cat every month. Just in exchange for me to open up my pill pack. Sure of it. I'm sure of it. He would walk into our house holding it above his head like Simba from the frickin' Lion King. And I would be like, thank you for your sacrifice. Now go get naked and put on my humps by the Black Eyed Peas. You earned it. Yeah, so I was like, oh, okay, I can't get a cat, so maybe I'll get a dog. And a lot of people rescue dogs, which is fantastic. You know, I really appreciate that. But the part I feel like just a little bit bad about is when people rename these dogs. You know, they just go to the shelter and they're like, I'm gonna take you home and name you Bruno. And then your dog just sits there for years like, bitch, it's Kevin. Like, Kevin's angry. I don't blame Kevin for being angry, okay? I'd be angry too. If I did my show tonight, you guys are laughing, having a good time, and then like at the end I'm like, I'm Erin Lok! And then you all just collectively decide to call me Rebecca. I'd be pissed. I'd be so pissed that I would treat you exactly the way that Kevin the dog would treat you. I would lick my own butthole and mouth kiss everyone in here. That's what I would do. It's interesting. So you had mentioned your mother? No? Well, over here said that they have the 3-year-old. Why did I say number 3 go up? Anyway, any parents in the house? Clap. Nice! So like when you, like with your kids, so like you have like who you are as a person, and then you have like dad version of you, right? Right, exactly, and that's pretty normal. Because you can't have your kid come home from school and be like, hey dad, can I try ecstasy? How old are you, 13? Not yet. You just can't. And like, I get it, like parents are people too. Like they have needs and wants and everything like that. And I found that out when I flew to New York to visit my parents. And then without knocking, I walked in on my dad.
Hold there. That sounds like someone.
Yeah. It began with a J and it included having balls in his hand. He was juggling. I was 25 years old and found out that I was the product of a closeted juggler. I told my mom this story and she was like, well, that's weird. That's one of the first things he did to impress me when we were dating. How did you not know he could juggle? And I was just like, well, clearly he wasn't trying to sleep with me. That's surprising not going well in the South. Okay. And because if somebody I was dating tried to use juggling to get me in bed, they better be with Cirque du Soleil and flexible enough to put their own dick in their mouth, because I'm not going to do it. No. So a couple years ago, I had to wear a heart rate monitor around for 48 hours. While you're wearing that, you have to kind of just do your regular routine. And it looked like this box that's sitting on your chest and wires are coming out and they're all connected to you. It looked like I went out for Halloween as like a sexy Nintendo 64. Yeah. And like while I was wearing it, I had to keep a journal of every time my heart was racing or stressed. And I'm a very jumpy, very easily excitable person. You know, so I got to the appointment and they were just like, hey, we saw some activity on your chart, but there's no note. Do you remember what happened at 3:15 yesterday? And I was like, yeah. I was home alone and the dryer beeped when it was done. Okay, well what about 4 o'clock? It just says dog. Were you walking with dog, playing with a dog? And I was like, no dude, I just saw a dog. That's it. It's like, okay, well, what about 10 o'clock last night? Your heart rate just skyrocketed. And I was like, oh, I can easily explain that. I was watching Law & Order SVU, right? And then, then I had to pause it when Stabler took his shirt off. Because I needed to go grab my neck massager. You know when I do that, I don't say that I